Damn right. Okay, what is happening? We are back with the Damn Right podcast. My name's Van Dam, and I've got two unbelievable guests today from the Granite Shitty. They are honestly, we go way back, way back. They've moved themselves down to Glasgow, probably because Aberdeen's shite. But I'm with Test Press today. What's happening, boys?
How we doing? How's it going?
Good, mate. It's always good to see you.
Mate, fucking just speaking about that there, we actually shelved the podcast before.
Yeah.
And it was good. It was pretty mental. I've got the audio. That's what I was just about to say, right? I've got the audio from the last podcast.
We're not like prank calling folk in that.
Yes.
Can we get that section? Just ask Lewis for that section. And
I've got it.
chuck it on
I've
the
got
end.
it. I've got all the audio, mate.
did.
I've got it
We
saved.
were trying to prank call Ben Hemsley. We called Charlie Boone. Who else? I can't even remember. But
Connor from the LS
system, yeah.
Oh my god.
What was it?
He was amazing.
You said
we
as
were
well, you
going to
were
do
like, a silent DJ set or something like that.
So
and Connor's so nice. He was just like, yeah, mate, that sounds cool.
He's like, mate, I'm keen. He's like, I'm keen. I was like, oh fuck, I feel bad. He's so sad. But yeah, mate. What's been happening anyway? What's been the script recently? Did you have a busy weekend, or like were you gigging anywhere over the weekend?
No,
or
we had
what?
a weekend off.
Yeah.
I played a football tournament, which was good fun.
Yeah,
Fucking hell.
Five-a-side, McGinn and Tonic. Shout out.
Yeah, to be fair, that's a better name. That's a better. What was the kit you had again?
Boca Juniors.
Boca Juniors. They were all like Boca
got,
Juniors
yeah.
kits and shit.
Nice.
Like that. They got made up. It was cool.
Nice. That's fucking class. Where was that?
It was Bems's M4 tournament down the south side.
Yeah. Fucking hell. That's cool. That's good. Well, who else was playing? Was there any other-
ACLP, so it's like Jude Bradshaw and all that. We beat them.
Yeah.
In the quarterfinals.
Obviously.
Sorry, Jude. Sorry. Bye.
Were they smoking tabbies and that on there?
And Gally was, to be fair. He was like, oh, my ankle's fucked.
Yeah, good one. Heard it all before, mate. Here, by the way, I meant to ask you that actually. What actually prompted the move to Glasgow? What made you pick up and move away from Aberdeen to Glasgow?
I think it got to a point where like we'd kind of been, obviously we played a lot in tunnels and stuff in unit, and we were starting to travel, weren't we? Like we had a gig in Belfast and stuff, and we got a big Irish fan base. Like at the time we were traveling a lot to Ireland, and Aberdeen Airport is shit, mate. Like it's so hard. Like we were having to get a flight at 8 at night. Right?
I love it.
Play the gig, right? And then come
you.
back at 8 in the morning. So we weren't even in, like we went to Dublin, weren't even there for 12 hours. We arrived, went, got a McDonald's, played the gig, got on it, and then got the flight straight home in the morning.
I remember you telling me that actually.
Yeah.
So yeah, we kind of just, I think there was also like a subby residence that came up through Rare at the time, and we just kind of thought, Dan had just finished uni, we were like, oh fuck it, man, like we'll just move down to Glasgow because the
Run away
airport's
from
better
Aberdeen,
and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Probably good to spread the wings a little bit. It's easy to get caught up in the cycle of just continuously playing the same place all the time.
The seagull race.
I've fucking done that. It's fucking. I'm still doing that. But it's it must have been good to spread the wings in that.
Yeah. Fuck,
So
6 years ago now as well.
I was away to say it's been a while. It's not like
almost 7, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
7 in September.
Oh, God.
yeah. I know you.
It was before COVID. So
Yeah.
a long time.
I
ago.
know you. And you're feeling like this is probably the place you're going to stay.
It's
Permo, or do you think you'd move anywhere else?
We're debating right now because there's been talk. I was thinking of moving to Barcelona, and then you maybe came round to it a wee bit more now.
Yeah.
Because
Because you can't break up.
Yeah,
You can't stop.
we were gonna do long distance, bro.
Text,
I know.
press.
Yeah.
Yeah, mate.
But, yeah.
Fucking, that's how you fucking spread the money out a little bit. You could do
Yeah.
gigs separately and all that shit. Fucking Kinnick are doing that shit. I've
really?
seen them, yeah,
do
man.
do a claptone or something. Isn't there like 6 of him? So
Fucking
it's like
probably.
he's playing like fucking twice in 2 separate countries in one night and all that. We should maybe give that a bash.
Look,
Make double the
Fucking
money, that means.
genius, mate.
Some aliases,
Genius.
some different genres, and we just
Yeah.
one of us is sick, so we can't play the gig. But you're off in like Vietnam playing a gig.
Yeah, mate, that's the way to do it. We've got to maximize this shit, especially nowadays with all the costs and that.
Yeah.
So let's get fucking stuck into the pod, because obviously we spoke about all the shit about you guys coming through and all that stuff before.
Yeah.
We don't need to know that. We all know how many years have you been doing it for? What?
A long time.
Yeah.
10 years?
We're old now, mate. We're
I
all
know,
old.
like
We're all old.
I know.
8 years, maybe.
Yeah, I
It's
think
about that,
Test
innit?
Press started, I think, 2017. I'm
Yeah.
sure it's 2017. If you look back, because all our old shit is still on SoundCloud, all the first shit we ever made is still there.
Yeah.
So you can actually go and check that out. It's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
But
I think it's pretty good.
I actually like it.
It's cool. It's nice to go back and look at it. Do you know what I mean? And be like, oh no way.
It's
you know
that era as well. There was like a kind of that sound of that era.
SoundCloud
like, you know,
era,
yeah. Like the kind of, it reminds, not like that it sounded like it, but like Mall Grab was coming through and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it's definitely.
I think that was definitely a big influence at the time. Was Mall Grab.
100%,
He was the kind of goat of that sort of genre that was
like the
forming.
lo-fi house stuff.
Yeah.
DJ Bowden and Ketama, Mark Blair, like everybody was kind of doing that sound at the time, and that definitely inspired us back then as well.
It's funny where all those people have gone on to.
I know.
Where we are.
Mark Blair's like heavy techno. We're gonna hard bounce. DJ Seinfeld and Mall Grab. They're just gonna
Everyone's just went and just split up.
Yeah.
No, it's cool though. I actually quite like looking back and seeing like how everybody's kind of changed. I was obviously doing my research on you guys, and obviously over the past, this is a good segue into the next bit. Your sound has changed over the last few years. What was the kind of, how did it happen? Like how did you feel like you moved in that direction?
So I remember like we went to Ibiza, like it was with PRT, we're in the PRTY villa and all that shit. It was a bit mental. And then
PRTY villa. That sounds like there'd be some stories from that.
I don't think. How many beds was there in there? And I don't think anybody slept in any of them.
I was on the floor.
It was fucking.
I was on the
mad.
floor.
It was
like, and that's the
no birds, no beds, fucking no water. Like, mate, it would have been fucking shite.
Straight party.
Yeah. It was fucking shit. Nah, I'm joking.
No, it was so much fun.
But
mate.
I remember at the time I was getting into like kind of DJ Heartstring and all that sort of stuff. The kind of like faster, more euphoric sort of Eurodance stuff that like I don't think the hard bouncy stuff really existed outside of kind of more niche thing at the time. And then we just kind of slowly worked round to it. There was a kind of gap in the market where we kind of wanted to be doing that sort of stuff. I think the kind of slower, houseier stuff, the kind of trick stuff. Maybe it wasn't falling off, but it maybe just wasn't where we wanted to see ourselves. You know what I mean?
You felt yourselves particularly drawn in that direction?
Yeah, it was just inspiration from like DJ Heartstring and all those people coming out with that music, and then just getting on it and listening to their music and just being like, oh, here we can do that.
We like that.
Yeah, it's good
like
shit.
Driving about being like, this is actually a banger.
It was so different at the time as well, because everything like it was faster BPM wise. It had more melody than what we were kind of making and what we were used to, and we just thought, fuck it, let's just start making that kind of music, and it just gradually kind of went that way. Do you know what I mean?
It shows a serious versatility as well, being able to morph your sound like that.
Yeah.
Because you came from, like you said, like it was like kind of banging, housey, lo-fi stuff to moving into like kind of melodic. You were editing everything. I mean, you still do it. You still do
to
it.
this day.
I know you do, but it was like, I remember when you'd send me the packs of tunes and it was like, edit. And I was like, and I'm honestly like,
that's probably why we never like blew up like everybody else, because it was just, we were just editing shit. We weren't making any original shit.
No original work. Nothing we could put on Spotify.
I'll be honest with you. Yeah, you can't get it on Spotify, but I'm like, if you look at a lot of the major artists that are kicking about now, most of them came through on an edit.
Yeah.
And I would say maybe you guys have done the best bit of your business coming on edits as well.
We just need
it's
that
a
big
fucking
blow up,
do you know what? You've got 300k listeners a month on Spotify.
Wild.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's some good numbers.
It's definitely like the strongest part of our whole thing, our whole brand is definitely the Spotify.
Yeah.
It just for a long time, like we were putting stuff on Spotify and we were kind of like not seeing it do that well, and we're like, fuck. And then all of a sudden Spotify just like us now. So it's like we were getting playlisted more and more. And it's just, it helps, because now every tune we put out, it gets put in the playlist.
Yeah.
Even if it doesn't get pitched properly.
And then if you self-release it, they still will pick
I think
up
it's just
as well,
the editors
really
at Spotify obviously just like our tunes and just like help us out, which is great.
Yeah.
Thanks,
I think there's a tipping point, I think. And I think as well, like a lot of it's to do with like actually people liking your music. Like as much, I know that the algorithm, I honestly have tried to fucking game it. I know exactly like, this is probably going to be a good chat about this, but the way that Spotify works is that like, they actually do go on the basis of people listening to your music. So like they obviously put it into playlists and they do all that stuff and they file it away and they try and like push it in that direction. If you don't get playlisted, it's very hard to get exposed, right?
Yeah.
But they do go on the basis of like, where you're getting picked up, and a majority of your listens, I can imagine, are probably coming from Europe now.
It's
you
weird.
know what? There's a lot of Australia.
A lot of Australia. They love it.
Love that.
That was my second guess.
Australia, and then it's still a lot of the UK, and then I think Germany now has become a thing. Germany and France.
I think it's obviously like with the new style of music, it's very European, right? Like the hard bounce stuff, trance stuff that we do it's like that's why we kind of play in Europe mostly now as well. But I think
we'll get to that.
Yeah. I think like we've done a lot of collabs recently with artists within that kind of bouncy, trancey scene. We did like a full collab album called Some Dunt.
Yeah.
Which is bringing the Scottish to it.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of helping open that market to our music, because obviously that's where a lot of the people that we're collabing with are like German artists or European artists.
Yeah.
And the Mishluth collab as well, what we did recently is obviously a massive help.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
He's kind of the GOAT of that sort of scene right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing well, man.
No, definitely. That'll definitely open you up. That's where your Spotify plays are coming from then. You're going like that.
We're
I wonder
it's
how
like
this is
stimulus pack, Mishluth stimulus package, Mika stimulus package.
It's just like that. Mate, it's honestly, it's
just
totally
cannibalizing people's.
It's and also, like, when you go back and I did a wee dive and listen to the music, it's like the way it's developed. You did that set for Polyamor, right? And am I saying it right?
Polymorph, yeah.
Polymorph,
yeah. Because I was saying Polymorph like the fucking label, but I was like, Amor. I was wanting to put the I in.
Yeah.
The set on that, and I was like, this is the sound. This is the, like, it's definitively, I mean, it's very European. Very European. And obviously, there's been a lot of fucking mental guests on that as well. So, like, how did it feel doing one of those? And then also, how's it maybe helped you guys in your Euro trip?
So I think originally I actually came from working with Polymorph as an agency.
Yeah.
And then that's
is that your agency as well?
Yeah.
So like the fidget spinner and all that sort of stuff that they do, check that out. It's a really stupid concept. It's a very European concept of a
What
thing.
is it?
It's a fridge that you open up,
You
and
open
it's
up
got
the
like
fridge
the
and the cameras in
camera.
the fridge.
Like,
I've seen that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but they do like a live version as well. So we did like a one in their studio, and then they took
I have seen that.
They took the fridge into the club, so that like they used to see the club setup. They've got like the decks, and then a fridge with a camera in it, and then you open it in the club.
And then everybody's
it's just like
in the club.
people's, like,
Yeah.
surrounded
They were
by-
like,
yeah.
oh yeah, you can't put your USB in that deck because then the fridge
Because the
won't
fridge
open.
door. Yeah. Right.
Pinky. But lovely. Mate, at least they thought of everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that relationship with them guys, and how did that come about?
So it was actually Mika.
Yeah,
Mika kind of headhunted us. He just came to us and he was like, look, like, we know who you're with right now. Would you be open to working with us? And we were just like, well, yeah. Like, it was at that time we were kind of thinking about where we were kind of placed in the market, and especially working more in Europe. We wanted a kind of more European. I'm being polite.
Mate, I'm biting my tongue. I'm biting my fucking tongue. No, I know. It's fucking mental because see us three, there'll be people that are watching just now and they'll go, I fucking know what they're on about.
Yeah.
No,
But at the end of the day,
our
kind
old
of-
agent, good guy,
it
but we
makes
needed something a
sense,
bit more
though.
specific.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
at the end
Me
of the
too.
day, like
Yeah.
the
Me too.
style of music we were making, like we've been saying, is more European. So at the end of the day, we kind of wanted more European bookings. And
Yeah.
at the end of the day, how
It
do you get
fits
that?
your
You get a
vibe.
European
Yeah.
agent. You know
It
what I mean?
fits your vibe
makes so
way
much
more.
sense. So yeah, like
It fits your
it's been
vibe way
great,
more.
yeah.
You're in the thick of it now.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's almost like you were in he was at a disadvantage because he wouldn't be able to get into that niche.
Yeah,
It's just the way it
100%.
is.
Yeah.
Like, you're like whipping him to try and get more gigs out of him, and fair enough. He
can't. What
he's
can
not
you
just going
do?
to call up his guy in Germany and be like, hey, get them on everywhere.
Yeah,
you know
it's
what
like
I
it's
mean?
like obviously it was very UK focused, but like our sound was moving away from a UK sound. So
Yeah.
it
And
just made sense.
I think
to
especially
be
with the kind of
honest.
minimal tech stuff that's happening now, it's like that's taken over everything. Like the
Yes.
Omar Pluses and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Josh Baker's. So it's like there's just no space for our genres so much. It's maybe
Yeah.
starting to grow a wee bit, but yeah, we had to just go to Europe.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
You have to fuck off.
Yeah,
I've got a new agent now as well. Do you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Fuck it. Yeah.
Maybe I didn't
It's
know that.
nice.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
It's good. It's just, again, no bad blood. It's just like,
Sometimes like a freshen up's good.
Yeah,
you know what I
man.
mean?
Yeah.
Sort of a
it
fresh
was
perspective on
a
things.
similar vibe, just like they came to me. Like it was a week dry. I was a week out the water. I was like that.
Oh,
We're
God,
gonna get another
yeah.
agent. And then it was like, hey, what's happening? And I was like, all right, cool, that's fine. So it works out pretty well, mate.
Yeah.
And I tell you, right, it's like, it's when somebody I think sometimes gets what you want to do, even if you don't know what you want to do. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
It sounds so.
it's
I
like-
think when you freshen it up and then other people have got a vision for what you want.
That was
You know what I
that's
mean,
it.
if you're working with the same person for so long,
Like-
it's natural you're going to fall into patterns.
Yeah.
Whereas if it's freshened up every now and then, you kind of it forces you to find someone that fits exactly your niche.
Yeah.
And I think like with us as well, specifically when Mika kind of like Dan was saying headhunted us.
Yeah.
It was like he obviously seen where we were going because
Yeah.
of the music we were making. He was
He
like,
had a plan.
like
Yeah.
this makes sense. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Even before we had thought of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I do. I feel like it's sometimes it's when somebody's got a vision for you, and it's quite inspiring for you as well as an artist. You go like, oh, like this feels good because they've got a wee plan for me.
Yeah.
And it's like, whereas sometimes I do feel like, and I think it's across the board with agents as well. I feel like it is a struggle for agents because they're all kind of fighting for the same shit.
Gigs,
like
yeah,
they're
yeah,
all
100%.
scrapping over stuff. And
Yeah.
and like you said as well, that kind of housey thing that's going on just now, love it.
Yeah.
I just put a video up last night, and it's me playing before Joss Dean.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
And it's
What's the script with this whole Dean thing? Like, so you've got
There's three of them.
Max Dean,
Brother,
Josh
their
Dean,
parents
and
must be
Joss
so
Dean.
gassed.
Yeah, but no, but
It's
what-
cousins, I
It's
think.
cousins.
Oh, really?
So
Okay.
wait, who's
Luke-
brothers and who's cousins and what?
Luke and Max are cousins.
Right,
Joss is potentially one of their little brothers, I think.
right. Okay.
Maybe.
Swear
Or
I
maybe
made-
the opposite.
I think I
Imagine
met
that
like
shit,
two of
that's
them in Australia. I
unbelievable.
swear I met two of them that played that Perth gig in Australia.
Yeah,
Makes
It could-
sense.
Mate,
Could
that's
have been some
mental.
random other boys.
It
but-
makes sense.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
if you're making tunes, right? It would even make sense. Not saying this is happening, but it would make sense. Like if one of them started making tunes, you just go, "Here, mate, this is how you make tunes."
Yeah.
And then,
Or
and then
like-
you just
or like,
pass on.
here's my off.
And then
cuts,
your
like,
whole
yeah,
Here's my
family-
B sides.
Yeah,
No, but
yeah.
it would make sense to get if the because the name carries weight now.
Oh
And,
yeah,
like,
100%.
exactly.
If Dean at the end, like mate, if you're looking to get into producing, your last name's Dean. Yeah, you're
boom.
sorted.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mate, Van Dien. I don't know if it happened now. So I put a video up on TikTok last night. By the way, I love Joss Dean, Max Dean, Luke Dean.
Yeah.
Love them, fucking class guys. But I put a video up last night and I was playing before him, and
Right.
he's coming on the decks. It was at Rare, the Mayday thing,
Oh yeah.
and
Right,
I'm
yeah,
playing
yeah.
like fucking a raker, like a one. I was 135 or something. It wasn't
Right,
too
yeah,
mental,
yeah,
but it's like pure. And everyone's going mental, and he's like that, standing with his headphones. He's like, and
Oh,
he's
fuck,
he
what
looks
am I gonna do
pissed
here?
off.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
don't think he is. I think he's just getting
He's
set
just-
up.
yeah.
But people are like commenting, going, "Mate, you're supposed to be fucking warming up for him and that." And I was like, I just treated it like a festival. I was just like,
Yeah,
it's an
like,
hour.
mate,
yeah,
Boom.
This
I'm
like-
doing
is
my
like,
thing.
one-
if you're fucking booked to
135
go and
as
play
well.
there, right? You shouldn't have to bend your sound, right? And in terms of like, you're an artist now who goes and plays gigs elsewhere.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna play a set that you want to play. You know what I mean,
Yes.
you're not gonna treat it as a
I
warm up.
think the problem with us now is like if someone's overplaying their warm up, for us it's like 160 BPM, 165.
That's insane.
And
But
you're just
sometimes
looking at
you
it and be like,
But to be honest, it's
Fair
happened.
enough.
It's happened a few times, right? And
You
kinda,
just hard reset.
Well, yeah, you
have to,
do.
yeah.
In fact, to be honest, I think 99.9% of the time, even if they're not overdoing it, people like kind of spinning it back, giving a big clap, well done for your set, blah blah, and then the next person
nice.
starts. It's like a boiler room
Yeah,
thing,
I-
but it
like,
happens kind of
I-
everywhere now.
I don't dislike it, but in the same way, I used to just like just going to a club and it'd be the music the entire way
Continuous.
through.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I mean,
get
it's
you.
now it's maybe a little bit more of a show and a gig now. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Yeah, I do. I think there's a time and a place for it. Like if you're going to the subby, you wouldn't expect a pure wind off and a
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
like an all clap and applause and
Yeah.
that. But like if I think with those daytime events and stuff, it's
Yeah.
kind of like a festival vibe. So you
Yeah.
just wind it up and
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
get there. And I actually quite like doing it. Like, see if I've done it after somebody else. I like doing that and then getting them to get a wee clap and that
Yeah.
because it's like sound for them.
Ah,
Do you know what I mean?
it's,
Like, I
it's,
think
ni- it's quite nice to be fair.
yeah,
like,
it's pretty
yeah.
good. Damn right. Right, so fave spot in Europe that you've played over the past wee while since you've been gigging out there.
Sound wise, Le Bikini. It sounds like you're in a bedroom. Like genuinely,
Yeah.
it sounds like
Just
you're,
like-
you're in your bedroom, right?
It's just the sound is
like
amazing in the club.
1,000 cap
Like,
club.
yeah.
It's like a concert hall for like the fucking whole of Toulouse. And then,
No way.
but you're DJing, you're like, this is. Just
I don't know if
great.
it's where they've got like the deck set up and the room
Yeah.
acoustics and where the speakers are and what they've done to treat the room. But mate, it
What's
just
the
sounds
set out like?
unreal.
What's the set out like?
So it's like there's a kind of stage, right? But then they put the decks in front of it, and then it's just a room. It's just a big
It's like
room.
a big
It's
square
like-
room,
like,
bar at
yeah.
the back. But yeah, it's like a big like concert place, right? So
Yeah.
like if there's a band playing or somebody bigger than us,
Yeah.
you'd obviously be up on the stage,
Yeah.
right? But they don't use it for the club nights. They have dancers and
put
shit up
them
on the
down.
stage,
Yeah.
and you put the DJ in front of the stage.
Oh,
and
so
it's just
people are over the top of you, kind
well,
of.
it's kind of
Yeah.
the flat. It's kind of flat,
Yeah.
but you've got a wee stage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just-
Surrounded.
But it's fucking.
I think
it's
that
class.
that for sound quality, and then Club Ost is always good.
Club
in
Ost is
Berlin.
fun in Berlin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Berlin,
And then what was I gonna say? Gotec in Karlsruhe.
Okay.
Gotec Club. It's like a very famous club in Germany, and it's fucking class. It's amazing, man.
Club Bloom in Geelong in Australia.
Yeah.
That's a banger.
Yeah,
that's
that's
a
a
banger.
banger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not quite European though. You know what I mean?
No, but you can make
Kinda-
do you know what,
kinda forgot we were
any
talking
club-
about Europe,
Any
yeah.
club, no, let's go further afield. It's
Next
good.
Next
Mate,
is Paris. Next is Paris
Next
is
is
fucking. Like, you
amazing,
see
yeah.
their backstage, mate. it's like each artist has got like individual rooms, and you get your like
TVs
rider, you got TVs playing DJ sets, and all automated metal couches, like sit there smoking snouts and that. It's mental.
I think the best part about Europe is you can smoke everywhere inside.
It's
brilliant,
mad.
Brilliant.
Do you know what? I played in Paris last year, and folks smoking everywhere. And you know what I liked as well? I liked the fact that, like, I know this is like a total people bleat about it, but the phones thing, like, people don't really
they don't
like to use their phones in that.
Like,
and I quite like that.
Even if they're not, even if they are allowed to use their phones, they don't bother. They're just arse with
I
it.
seen a guy, this girl was filming, like as I was coming on, and this guy just went like that and pushed her phone down. He was really nice. He was just like, he was like that. He was like, no,
come on, just enjoy
yourself. And I seen him doing it, and I was like pissing myself out. Fucking hell.
But you know what it is though? Like, see when we play, like, because we play in Europe a lot more now, we notice it. See, like Germany, France, wherever we're playing. People don't really like do the whole TikTok thing. Oh, look, I'm here. I'm at this gig.
Yeah.
People actually just lose themselves and enjoy it. See, like before, like what it was here before COVID, when we go to tunnels and all that, and it'd be like mad, everybody be dancing, having fun. Like, that's what it's still like there. It's only the UK that's really a thing.
I think like the Polymore guys, when they came over, we played with them in London, and they found it very weird because they're like,
I'm not
going to do the German accent. I'm not going to do the German accent.
No one's enjoying themselves.
Yeah, they were like,
give us a wee fucking, give us a wee fucking bet. Come on. I'm sure they'll not fucking hate you.
The crowd is not bad. 7 out of 10.
But yeah, like they were kind of saying that, like, aside from the phones thing, it was also just like they had to play banger, 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 banger.
Energy.
Yeah. So it's just like, whereas in Germany they can kind of go up and down and just kind of fuck around a bit.
We noticed, like, we played what is it? Eden?
Yeah, Eden. The first time we ever played in Berlin.
It was the first time we ever played in Berlin, and we noticed we were kind of like, we were playing, right? And we were like bringing it like pure up and down, some melodic stuff, some bangers, but it was like pure one of them flowy sets.
Yeah.
And people fucking loved it. People were like, see, sometimes when you kind of bring it a bit down and there's a bit more of a mad breakdown atmosphere, people in the UK kind of stand about and go,
they'll lose energy.
I say like they whisper to the mate, like, what'd you have for dinner last night?
Yeah, it's like people start chatting, and like, it's like, see, in Germany, they're all whooping, hawing, and clapping, like, whoa, like, it's...
it's like egging you on almost.
What do you think that is? What do you think? Why do you think that is? Sorry.
It's a cultural
TikTok
difference.
culture.
I think
it's
also
the whole TikTok thing.
people don't get as fucked
got
up
a fucking
as well.
hold here.
Me.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we're allowed to say this about Ket.
We can say that. We can say that.
That's
it kills the dance floor, man. It kills the
100%.
dance floor.
Yeah, people are just super engaged, and they're there to party and have a good time.
Yeah, they're there to actually lose themselves and enjoy the moment. Whereas,
sure.
It feels like here people are kind of standing on their phones just to like say,
I hate it.
Look, I was at this big warehouse with
it's a
all my
cultural
pals.
thing.
Like,
it's like people go out to get fucked up here rather than to go out because they fucking
actually love the music.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think, do you know what? I was always on the other end of the spectrum with the phones thing because, you know, as an artist coming through, still coming through, right?
So are we.
Yeah, I know. But you know what? You think you kind of go, well, I'm not fucking Ewan McVicker and I'm not fucking Ben Hemsley and that. So I need cunts to film me.
Yeah.
And you know, and maybe one of my videos, they'll put it up online and it might blow up because that's how TikTok works.
Yeah.
And it's just now I've come completely full circle and I'm like, well, not full circle, 180.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I actually hate it. I actually hate, like, I'd rather get a videographer, film some clips.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yous put your phones away. I'll make sure that yous are in the video if you're at the fucking front and having a good time.
Yeah.
But like, if you want to be on the video, yous do that. But get your fucking phones in your pockets because it honestly. And then again, I think it is a definite thing to do with like the drugs and like the way that people operate now in the club.
100%. Yeah.
It's do you think apart from like those things, is there anything else you think that definitively divides Europe and the UK in terms of like the vibe and the music?
Could almost be like kind of door policies where like there's definitely that in Berlin. The clubs we play, maybe not so much. It's very much the elite ones, but I think there is still a kind of rough door policy where they're not going to let in like groups of lads and stuff like that. You almost need to, you're forced to fit the vibe, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like you'll feel like a bit of an idiot if you don't fit the vibe. So maybe that also kind of helps it in a way because people almost feel it's maybe not a good thing. It's almost like the peer pressure to conform, which is obviously not what dance music is about.
No.
Yeah.
But a little bit of conformity might actually help everyone have a good time,
right? You know? Dance music is about dancing. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like in the UK specifically when we play here, it's like a smoke machine.
You'll be like,
oh, he's got the vape out now. It's done. It's over.
I had to. I was like, I was sitting there, I'm fucking sweating without it, man. It's honestly insane. Sorry, I interrupted you there.
I just feel like as well. See if you're out with your mates in the UK, right? And you're 18, 19. and all them are kind of look at you like, oh, look at this idiot dancing, look at him, like, but it's like everybody tries to be like too cool for school, almost, and like dancing's like not cool or something like that, but ultimately that's why you go out to listen to dance music. It's fucking dance. So I think it'll turn around. I think people will start to realize.
You're more hopeful than I am, but I do think it could eventually. It just takes a lot of time.
We've seen it before COVID.
We know it
when we
exist.
were in tunnels and all these places. You were in the rooms and all. Mate, fucking everybody was doing that. So there's no reason it couldn't kind of come back. To that.
I agree. I think like I always have like I'm more on the hopeful side, like that it would come back and it would be like good. I do think we need to. I think there's some people say it's a British thing, some people say it's a Scottish thing, but the self-deprecation, like, you know, like you put yourself down or you put other people down for trying hard. And I think there's a big, massive thing of that. And then that obviously wrapped up with the TikTok-y filming everything. Like remember the guy that was dancing
want to
at
get
that
caught in the back of a
last
video,
year?
exactly.
And they were taking the piss. It was Fabric or something. Was it not?
Oh yeah,
and
that old guy like was wearing like the speedos and that.
And he's like fucking. I want him at the front of my gig.
I
want him at the front.
Go to fucking Germany and see how you get on laughing at that sort of shit, because that's normal.
That's what I'm saying. Is I think some of the I was about to say the C word there, because obviously some of the but some of the folk that attend to like that attend events here, they are doing it for like, I went to that event.
That's
they're not going to the event to experience the event, and I think that that's maybe part of the problem. But then what happens? I do think there's a little wave of young troops coming through now, and they're kind of more aware. Like I've seen it in Arbroath, like even just Arbroath. There's like, you know, guys are doing their own wee events, and they're not caring about what's cool music wise. They're just doing what they want to do, and I quite like that. I'm into it. But I think that it gives me hope. It gives me hope that
I guess there's going to be a kind of countercultural thing that'll develop. It's like the whole point of dance music is the kind of not so much. It's kind of counterculture and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So I think naturally, if these big events, whether you're talking like the Tomorrowlands and the maybe the more minimal tech stuff, all that sort of stuff, where the crowds are a bit less engaged, there will be a kind of natural kind of counter.
Where it will become cool to dance again. Because that's seen
people
as
want to not associate with that, so they'll start overly dancing.
It's
you know
actual
what I mean?
fun. I to me personally, if I see people enjoying themselves, I
it
enjoy
gives
myself.
you energy. Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's a weird thing to be like hating on people that are enjoying themselves. It's bizarre to me. Damn right. You guys love a bit of fucking TikToks and social media and that. You do play the game.
We don't love it.
Okay, we're gonna get into it. Well,
we play the game.
You play the game. You put up some funny shit on TikTok, right? So that's, I mean, that segues into it perfectly. How do you feel about how the necessary evil of like social media and TikTok and
it is a necessary
if I speak
evil,
I will be in trouble. It's to be honest, it's kind of like, see, before we kind of were, because we started doing it before COVID, it wasn't such a big thing then. You kind of got booked off merit and booked off your tunes and booked off how good of a DJ you were or whatever. And now it's more about like how good you look on social media or how many followers do you have, blah 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 blah, whether your TikTok blew up. And at first, after COVID, we were kind of not used to it. We were kind of like, what is this thing? What the fuck is this?
It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
But then I think
like I've
the
never
past
felt
couple of years,
so old, like an old man screaming at the fucking sky.
Man,
Like,
but this is it though, right?
36, mate.
It's like,
and
mate,
I'm fucking putting TikToks up.
Mate, but this is the thing, right? We can either be like, oh, fuck this TikTok thing, I'm not going to, but then you just get left behind. So
Exactly.
Whether you like it or whether you don't, ultimately to be a DJ or a producer and stuff now, social media is a fucking massive part of it. So you either jump on board the train and go and just get on with it and do it, or you moan about it and you don't go anywhere.
Behind.
Yeah. Is there anybody
like,
doing it just now? This is not like a fucking trick question, but is there anybody doing it just now that isn't engaged in like social media, doesn't really do it?
The thing is, in our genre, a lot of the Germans are less invested in TikTok.
They're not.
Yeah, TikTok's not massive.
not a big
Instagram's still
market
big though.
Yeah, Instagram's
big.
huge. Instagram, and we fight that algorithm fucking every single week
Oh,
to
mate,
try and make it
nightmare.
work.
Man.
But like,
I could put something up on TikTok, blows up, does well, like 30, 40K like views, and then you go into like, you put it on Instagram and it's just like
100 views.
Yeah. It's mental.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instagram's algorithms completely fucked us. So it's like it has legit like we're
losing
getting
hair at a faster rate because of it.
Man, we're getting fucking less likes per post now than we were like 2 years ago with like half the followers.
What the hell?
And it's like, it's mad. It's just 'cause basically what Instagram did was they changed their algorithm to work more like TikTok's algorithm, right?
Yeah.
But then it's now a ranking system with your followers, so it's I don't even want to get into it, man. That's boring shit.
Fucking tell us, please.
It's fucking.
I think, do they send out like a kind of tranche, like the thing to like a tranche of maybe your top 10 sort of followers that they interact with everything, and then if they don't interact with it, it gets like down regulated to the next people.
So they don't show it as much to the. So that's why you could like we've got like 20,000 followers, but our shit doesn't get shown to nearly as many as we've got.
And then our stories still hit like a really good amount, but then it's like, what the fuck is going on?
Same.
It's a strange one, like
it's weird. And then that could have a random one that'll just pop off and do well, and you're just like, fucking what? But it's so funny as well that with the engagement thing. I actually realized like a couple of weeks ago, on TikTok that my videos, my first catchment of people that was getting sent out to were like contacts. So I turned that off.
Somebody spoke to me about this. I can't remember who it was.
Hold up, how the hell do we do that?
My views have completely changed.
This was this was literally a couple of days ago, and I'm such a fryhead. I actually can't remember who it was that said this
I'll
to
show
me.
you afterwards.
But like somebody said this to me literally 3 days ago, and I was like, wait, what?
It's a setting in TikTok, and basically
on TikTok or
on TikTok. Sorry,
okay.
On TikTok, it's basically there'll be one like on Instagram as well, but basically it was sending out to my contacts. Because it's linked with Facebook in your contacts list or something on TikTok.
Yeah.
So it was sending out to my contacts first, and they're fucking haters, mate. They're haters. They don't want to see me fucking
haters are like dead numbers. You know what I mean? Like,
sends it to your girlfriend. She's like, nope.
Grandma's like that. How's that dislike?
It's this fucking
Where's the fucking dislike button? Fuck off. I see you every day.
If you watch people engage with like, if you watch like, so your friends are obviously just like, oh, that's nice. They'll like it straight away. TikTok doesn't want that. TikTok want you to watch all the way through. I turned that off, and my views have like went up quite a bit.
Right.
So
might have to steal that.
Yeah. I'll send over the fucking video or something that I seen doing it. But it was my manager that said, and I was like, all right, cool, and I did it, and it was like, oh, it's working. It actually works. Yeah. So it's not even a cheat code. It's just the fact that your haters are not seeing it first. Like, who is your friends? How
do we sort that on fucking Instagram? Tell me. I'm all ears, man.
There must be something similar like that. Or if it's not, they'll probably bring something like that in, because it's genuinely like it is your people that are viewing your story the most. I think first get to see your shit first. I think.
That's weird. Yeah, it doesn't seem to work like that for us. But who knows, man? We're always like every week something changes. Every week we're trying something new to kind of help
we've
it.
done everything, VPNs, everything.
But honestly,
because if you think about it, if our market's in Germany. Why would we not put a VPN and be like, Berlin calling, you know what I mean? Like,
do you know what?
It didn't work.
The last bastion is really just like put and pay behind it. Put and spend, which you don't want to do.
I think that's the reason why. That's what they want you to do. That's why it's this way. But we have like people from Polymore as well, like a couple other people who are going through the exact same shit as us, right? And it's like we've seen them put up a story like recently and be like, you can turn on notifications. So basically, like they shared a story and was like, look, Instagram's not showing my content to loads and loads of people. If you want to keep up with my content, because obviously they're not choosing, it's just Instagram that's choosing.
Yeah.
If you want to keep up with it, click this link, and then you click it, and then you can turn on like notifications for stories and posts.
Got you.
So that means that every time like we post, if we've got fans who are like not seeing our stuff because of Instagram, they can just click that on, and then they like every time we post, it actually gives them a notification on their phone. So it's like
it's like being like subscribed to us.
Yeah.
I mean, I know loads of people are doing the email direct to fan stuff, email, phone number, WhatsApp groups. I mean, that's literally like you're in their back pocket then. But
maybe the play actually is just to go real aggressive with it.
I think the phone numbers thing is the way. Like, because if they were to take away Instagram tomorrow or TikTok, we'd be fucked.
Or just change the algorithm like they've done.
You know or they just change it overnight and then you're kind of goosed. But I think so last year I did an event, like this pizza party thing was free, and all you had to do was sign up with a mailing list, and there was like 100 people just to see if it would work. And then I've done like a track, to get the track, you get the emails, right? We just capture the emails and the phone numbers. So they've got to put their phone number in, they've got to put their email in, and then you just add them to that mailing list. So we're building up this.
We've done that with the hyped edit.
Yeah. For our edits and SoundCloud
actually bothered to just do that.
It honestly works.
People like Bandcamp as well. We've got followers on Bandcamp.
Yeah.
It's like having, your Test Pressers Instagram thing, right?
Yeah, the broadcast
channel. Having that, but on WhatsApp. That's like, and it's like, that's the plan for me, but I'm just building up the list. Yeah. So it's like, because there's no point in putting like fucking 100 people in it.
Just talking to yourself.
And then they're going to go block. So I'm going to wait till I've got some fucking really cool news.
I feel like Jaguar did that really well.
Yeah.
With our Utopia
yeah,
thing.
yeah, shit, yeah.
She's the original kind of goat of that, if you think about it.
Yeah,
like,
she's total. I mean, that
she's got like 3 or 4 different subreddits
I know.
effectively of WhatsApp.
I know. I don't engage with it as much as I used to,
No,
but
neither.
just because fucking so much shit going on.
Yeah, you've got to like you're obviously doing all your own shit as well, and I like see like everybody's in hundreds of group chats and stuff like that, and hundreds of notifications popping up all the time. You just can't keep up sometimes.
I restarted my WhatsApp the other day.
Oh really?
Yeah, just because I was like, I was over it, mate. But it was actually just before I went to New York, and I was just like, do you know what? They see all these group chats and that.
The Project Radio chat.
Mate, I kept that one.
We all know why you kept that one.
Got any fucking Brooklyn numbers? Mate, it's fucking mental.
Mate,
that chat,
sounds
obviously
fucking
can't go
unreal.
deep. We'll fucking get him to bleep it out, but how mental? How mental. It's absolutely insane. And do you know what? I've seen some of the places I've seen in there. Prague. I've seen fucking all sorts of places.
Like Azerbaijan and shit. You know
mental.
What I mean? Places that would cut off your hand.
Any Egypt numbers, mate. It's like, aye. And it's like, and you get one in 10 minutes later. It's like, aye, mate. Boom, boom, boom. But yeah, it's fucking class. And then what was the other one the other day? We were fucking looking for cracked VSTs.
Yeah, I think that was me that was supplying
Mate,
that.
fucking hell. I was like that. This is fucking the best chat I've got going. I'm not leaving it. It's so
It's
funny.
really actually a useful one.
Yeah, I was showing somebody it, and they were going, so wait a minute, it's Project Radio. Like, are they still doing that? I went, no. I was like, I don't think they are. But I was like, but it's now been completely like turned into this thing now. It's like a fucking pure.
Well, it's like Project
like
Radio. They had so
DJs.
many Scottish DJs and all that in it now.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you may as well keep us all in one big chat, and there's just hundreds of fucking random shit going on. You know what I mean?
We should rename
so
it maybe.
mental.
That
it
name's iconic.
needs to stay.
It's iconic.
It's the
It's
OG.
Yeah, I
It's
think it needs
iconic.
to, like Project Radio. Like, it's good. It's good. It's actually good. It slips under the radar.
It's low key as fuck. They don't know what's going on in the Project Radio chat.
They're never going to check that. Damn right. So, move swiftly into the next bit, right? The DJ set out, right? I've asked you this before, but I think it'd be funny for people listening, right? And viewing. What's the fucking plan when you're DJing? How do you fucking navigate that? Is it a back-to-back scenario?
Two
about.
Constant? Is that the rule?
Yeah.
And then if one of us has got a track that you're like, bro, I need to play this. This is gonna work in. We'll be like, okay, bro, it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what happens if one of you overcooks it? Is one of you have to swoop in
we
and save?
always overcook.
So you are both overcooked.
The whole set's overcooked. It doesn't matter.
We're boiling it every time.
That's good, mate. That's fucking good to know. Like there's an actual set rule in place.
Yeah.
'Cause I thought you
two
were just
about,
like,
two about.
I like that.
Yeah.
And it's like I feel more comfortable starting. So like Dan always just hands me the headphones and I start and then he follows and then we just go and it's cool.
Mate,
but then whoever plays the ender plays the ender. It's like obviously because there's a set time frame for your set.
So
it's
whoever's
like
there,
to whoever's there
just
does the ender. It's
however it
cool.
works
Like
out,
we're chilling with it. But
First one finished, first one finishes, like sort of thing. Like
Yeah.
you just go like whoever makes it there to the end.
Honestly,
Yeah.
sometimes it's like me finishing first. I've got like, I know he's got like 2 tracks left. I'm just like, I can have a cigarette now. Like,
Mate, that was the boy. Did you see that in the boiler? Because I know obviously you interviewed us after the boiler room, right? And it was so funny because I remember like there's a part in the boiler, don't you? You could probably see it, where I kind of hand the headphones over to Dan and I goes, yes, get it up. Yeah, I'm done. And he goes, bro, no, you're not. You've got another tune to play or something. I was like, oh, fuck.
That's so. But do you know what though? It's and that's actually funny because like if I was like going back to back with somebody, I'd fucking fight somebody for the last tune.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
but you guys are like, I'm not fucking wanting it.
To be
we
fair,
do
it
it every week.
It depends. Like the boiler room's a different situation because the fucking pressure. Like, do you know what I mean? You're like, oh my fucking god, this is like
you don't
you're
wanna be the guy that
enjoying
fucks
it,
that
but
up.
you're just you need to just be on the ball and make sure shit goes correct.
It's tight.
Do you know what I
It's
mean?
gotta be
Yeah,
tight.
of course. Yeah.
So the we can touch on the boiler room a little bit because people might not have watched the last podcast. You were saying there the pressure of the boiler room. Like, would you say that like that? Because that was obviously one of the first kind of streamy type videos you did. Like, big ones.
Yeah.
Would you say the pressure of that like completely engulfs all the rest of them, or?
Oh yeah. I think now we talked about this recently. We're like, if we got another boiler room, we'd be a lot less. Like you said, you wouldn't be stressed. I said I'd be at least a little bit stressed, but like I was like tunnel vision, almost like fucking blacking out in that one.
Mate, it was weird because like the pressure.
I don't even remember most of it.
Like obviously, like when you
fucking switched off.
Mate, it's like
Just
absolute
like
autopilot.
Jesus,
But
like, take the wheel.
to be fair, we prepared very, very well. We did it in 2 weeks, right? We prepared. It took us 2 weeks to prepare, and we managed to put cue points as to exactly where we mix in and out.
No way.
Oh, mate, we because we knew, right? We knew if like we winged it, we'd feel the pressure more because we were like, oh fuck, what do we play?
Like,
we knew what we were playing, and in turn that made us DJ
I started
better.
on like a notebook, and I had like a notebook out, and I was going, this song will mix into this one.
And then we started mixing
the
the two songs together and be like, oh, maybe that would work better there, and we planned it, right? Yeah, of course,
That's good.
But like that made us ultimately DJ better on the day because there was still the pressure, the cameras still there, the crowd's still there, you're still shitting it. But you know what you should be doing, and you know where to mix in and out and stuff. You've got it planned. So as long as you execute it well enough and you DJ well,
we'd already like pre-recorded the entire set like 2 or 3 times.
So you knew,
you knew what worked well,
right,
and
I think
and we were still 3 minutes under.
Yeah,
I remember we finished, and like Haley was who was on after us? No, Haley was before us. Who was on?
They cut it. I was rambling on the mic at one point as well.
Oh yeah, because Massey was the announcer, and he was like, oh, you're done? Okay. Oh.
He fucking saved the day then, probably.
Yeah.
But it's would you say that like the Boiler Room carries as much clout as it did when you guys did it?
I don't know. It's less exclusive, I feel, to get one.
I think maybe we kind of got it on a technicality of it being at Fly.
I think we were residents at Fly.
It was lucky
because it was super exclusive.
I don't think it was lucky. I think you were at the right
point. And it was great because we were just switching our sound, like you were saying. It was like, for us, it was like, now it's time to show what we actually
come
do
out the
now.
gates.
And it was like, bang, we did the set that, would know that people would be like, okay, they've switched now. Like, this is the thing. And it worked really well for us.
Definitely branding it more and pushing more parties and more things for Boiler Room.
Fucking Rebecca Black did one.
Actually, that's mad. It was
but kind of like, how much money did she pay to do that?
Yeah,
like, do you know what I mean? Like, I think it's Kesha did one.
Yeah,
wait,
Charlie XCX has done
Charlie
one.
XCX did one.
Like,
she was like,
I mean, that's
she was
insane.
sniffing gear on the.
Imagine, like, when I fucking
did you see her dip under the decks and all that and like start huffing gear? And I'm like, fucking fair
Mate, she
play.
had fucking gear in her vinyl thing. Like,
in the actual
she was fucking wearing it on her sleeve, man. But I think
too much, to be honest.
It's a little bit mad. But I think that, like, I mean, when I started watching Boiler Room years ago, it was like fucking Jackmaster, Scream, Benga, all those cunts were doing it. One man, like, and they would do it, and it was literally in a boiler room. Like, it was in a little shitty room in London, and they'd do it, I think it was every Wednesday, and me and my pals would go out in Arbroath. That's fucking mental. We'd watch that, and then we'd go out in Arbroath, right? And to see, like, it coming from that to becoming this fucking, like, behemoth, like, you know, of, like, you know, it is the thing that kind of most artists want nowadays. Is a boiler room. But I do have thought about it as like, I don't really think it carries as much. Maybe it does, and then that's why they want to do it, because it seems kind of cool. Like, you know, it's like you're buying your cool points rather than.
I think also, like, what they've done recently, like, I know they got bought over and stuff like that. I think what they did was, like, they used the franchise, they used the name, and they were able to put it on loads of different parties. They were doing like full boiler room tours, but none of them were actually filmed.
I did one of those. I booked one of those.
Yeah. But it's like, that's the thing. I think that's what makes it kind of less exclusive, really. Do you get what I mean?
It's like cream in fucking Ministry of Sound and all that shit.
I mean, don't get us wrong. If they turned around and was like,
do you want one? Yeah, of course.
Boiler room.
You'll sign us up.
Me fucking too, by the way. I'm fucking still waiting on my call up, mate. It is a funny thing though, because it's like, I do think it's lost a little bit of the magic that it did have before. And
that happens when things get so big, though. Do you know what I mean? It's got so big now that it's always going to lose a little bit of the magic.
There'll be something else that comes along that's like Boiler Room. It's just everyone's so fascinated by the logos and stuff like that now. That everyone's emulating that rather than just doing their own thing.
Polymorph, like their thing they're doing. That's cool. It's different. And it's like, that's actually, I'd put something like that on. Because I like to, and it's also quite funny to watch, like, what's going on in the background in that. Like, those types of things. Like
the next big one's Radio Rodina. Radio Rodina.
Oh, yeah, Radio Rodina. Yeah.
Where's that based?
Austria.
Was it Vienna?
Vienna, Austria.
You have told me about this.
I think they're lovely guys, man. They're so sound.
There you go then. Right. So you've obviously been navigating the music industry now for 8 years, you said, right? And you're now in a point where you're like touring heavily and you're fucking, you know, putting tunes out all the time, right? How do you feel the music industry is to navigate now? How do you guys feel like it is quite a fucking, like, it's a fucking hard one, but
fucking cesspit.
It's fucked. To be fair, what I will say is like the scene we're in right now, it's
a lot of fun.
And like it's certainly Polymore is a big kind of family vibe, and we know we can release on the Polymore label whenever we want. So it takes the pressure off having to just fucking twerk for majors and all the bullshit that comes along with major labels.
Yeah,
we can just do our own thing in our own little lane. and it's much nicer. And then
here's the thing: a lot of major labels
are
now starting to back the indie labels because they see like this market share thing, right? So they're like seeing all these like cool little indie labels kind of pop off. But then what they'll do is they'll service them, so they'll do like the DJ promo side, the radio plugin side, and all that for the smaller, cooler indie labels. You know what I mean? So then you kind of get the best of both worlds.
They still have a lot of creative control as well. Yeah, so the main issue, right, is A&Rs. A&Rs are just impossible to please. And
but
I know.
Yeah, but they sign one of our tracks.
But then they want to change your music.
Then,
you know what I mean? They want to change it. Like I remember, we've done like a track in a major, and it's like we made it right, and then they were like, oh, cool. Can you maybe add like a piano in here? And we're like, a piano? What? Like, what do you mean?
We made this track with this intention.
We made like 15 different versions before.
I remember we finished that in a
released
hotel room in Australia just because we were just so many
just churning version.
The version we ended up with, we didn't like.
No, we didn't even play it.
Like,
really.
it changes the entire thing.
But I understand that they're under so much pressure because one or two dud records from them, and then suddenly their job is under question.
I get it.
But they also don't trust. They don't trust themselves. They don't trust the artist either. They just they're just scrambling.
Surely the music comes from the artist, right? Do you know what I mean?
It's folk fumbling in the dark. I honestly feel like that. Like I've dealt the best A&Rs I've dealt with, Southern Fried A&R. Like they're because there's no pressure on them. They can sign whatever they want because they're not obviously a major or whatever. But they've got this financial backing from Fatboy Slim. And he's never going to let that label fall.
DJ labels are always class because the DJs believe in the DJs. Do you know what I mean? Like they get what the music is because they'll play them and they'll be like, class. They know it works. Whereas A&Rs are not really in the scene like that. They're not out DJing every weekend. They're not boots on the ground like that. So it's like DJ labels always work really fucking well. Do you know what I mean?
Honestly, you're totally right. I do find it's like it is a bit of a fucking like a bit of a weird thing to navigate. Like I do find as well, like, so my experience over the past year has been like, I got pushed and pulled in a couple of different directions, and I was going, oh, am I going to make this type of stuff? And people were kind of wanting me to make that. And then I kind of was like, I just don't want to make that.
We've done this. We've done this as well.
We did it for years. You know what you were saying about the genre switch thing? I think where we were at and why we specifically switched was because we weren't actually happy in what we were doing. We were like, this is what people expect from us, and it's all well and cool, but like we were just making music and we weren't even feeling it half the time. We're like, fuck, we don't even want to play this. We weren't even playing our shit.
We were making it for like A&Rs and stuff like that. We were making music for that rather than for the love of the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's where the whole genre switch really came from. And now it's like, we can't wait to play our own shit, which is like the shift in that. I remember we did like a fucking Rinse France set like a couple of years ago. We got invited to play in Paris by Go Green legends.
Unreal.
They're fucking absolute legends. Camille.
Unreal.
Like honestly, all of them, they're all legends.
Who looked right after me by
now.
They took me to the Tuk Tuk tour and fucking gave me orange wine and that, and I was like fucking steaming.
Mate, legends, right? Yeah. So they set up a Rinse France recorded show for us, right? And we came out of there, we kind of were feeling like we could have done better there, and we didn't play any. We had a new tune out and we didn't play it, and we were like, wait, why did we not play our new tune? And then it just kind of clicked. I spoke to Dan and I was like, mate, we need to switch this up because we're almost embarrassed of our own music at this point. We're not promoting it because we're not playing it. And it's like we need to do something about that.
And we were playing a specific genre, but then we were just so like the backlog that we had of these records that were meant to be coming out, and we'd been negotiating for like years at this point to get these things out, and then we're like, we don't like this.
So now it's like it's so good, like because when we make a tune, right, we'll make a tune on like the Wednesday, Thursday, or whatever, we're in the studio, and then we can't wait to fucking test it the weekend. We're like buzzing to play our own shit, and
play
it's
it for like a month or so, and then we'll be like, right, let's get a label for this.
That means that you guys have found the right foothold in where you're playing.
Absolutely.
That's a good example of why this new relationship and the new places that you're playing are perfect for you guys, because it's like you're obviously in the right spot and you're making the right stuff and you're doing it in the right place. So that's cool. Damn right. Final last question, and then I've got a little segment. Actually, Joe, I'll do the little segment.
Oh, we're doing a little
game. Cool. Let's do it.
Right, okay. So this is called, right? This is my new game show. I'm actually fucking about to start maybe a game show host.
Oh, amazing!
like legit?
No, I'm a fuck.
I was in.
Mate, I can barely be a podcaster. I'm fucking, right, so this is called Damn Right or Damn Wrong, right?
Love it.
Okay, I love it.
I'm gonna give you like a statement, right? We'll start off easy and then we'll work our way up, right? I'm gonna give you a statement and then you're gonna tell me why, if it's damn right or damn wrong, and then you're gonna tell me why. Right?
Okay.
Okay. So start off super easy, right? Damn right or damn wrong, voice noting.
Damn right.
Damn
Love
right.
that shit.
Because like, see when you're fucking texting, right? Sometimes like I'm a rambler, mate, and so is he, right? Pure ADHD as fuck, right? So see if we're trying to tell our manager something, we're typing out fucking mad paragraph, mate, just be like, oh, blah 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 blah. Sometimes they end up fucking 3 minutes of bullshit, but like I like it. I don't give a fuck. I don't know why people are upset about voice notes, man. Just
the only time I don't like it is when I'm with other people and I'm trying to I want to hear what's going on in this voice.
Yeah,
they're like turned it all the way down, like holding up to my ear.
You got to translate now as well, though, so you can kind of do that on Instagram.
Yeah.
So it's actually quite good.
But being Scottish in that with the whole translate thing, see when you're trying to talk about it, like comes up some mad shit, and you're like, oh.
I remember I tried to do that, like text to speech to my girlfriend one time, riding a bike, and it just came out like. Blah, 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 blah.
Mate. I've tried to do phone calls on a line bike, and it's like, like you can hear the cobbles and that, like going across it. Right, damn right or damn wrong, everyone's a DJ now.
Damn right.
Yeah, damn right. Fuck it. Do what you want to do.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I like how it's so accessible to people now. Like back in the day, I feel like you had to have money to be able to buy the equipment and all that kind of shit, and you couldn't practice. Now you can go to pirate studios. If you like music and you love doing it, fuck it. Why not? Who's anybody else to say?
We're DJs. We can't gatekeep
exactly.
DJing. You know what I mean? We've all been in a bedroom fucking making it.
Everybody starts somewhere. Do you know what I mean? Everybody starts somewhere. We did. You did. Everybody did.
Man.
So.
Yeah, I agree.
Damn
Fully
right.
agree. Damn right. Damn right. Okay. Yep. Matching, damn right or damn wrong, matching outfits in the booth.
I like it. I like almost a uniform. No. He does not like it.
No, I don't give a fuck. I don't know where you got that from, because I wouldn't care. Like we've never purposely done it, but I do know that like for some reason, like we've both got polymer tops and all this kind of shit. So we've got some of the same stuff that's been gifted to us or whatever. And it's like we try and not wear it at the same time because we think sometimes it might look a bit silly, but like I don't really care.
No, like soul wax, you know, like or like too many DJs when they're like suited and booted.
I like but that. If it's a concept, cool, because then it's like if you're going to DJ booth in a full suit and that, like stuff like that, like it's like a whole part of your brand, isn't it? It's like I get that, but like just like we don't.
Also, how easy would life be if we just
wore
knew what we were wearing?
We just knew what we were wearing.
Steve Jobs did. Steve Jobs, waking up every day wearing the same shit.
We're in the process of making some cool merch, but it's merch that only we have. It's some silly shops and
that. Right, mate. Have you seen? By the way, just going off the top of that, we've seen them two Russian guys with like the weird beards.
No.
Like, mate, I'll fucking cut them in the pod, right? Mate, they're fucking freaks, mate.
Yeah.
They're fucking freaks.
I love freaks, twins, man. I love freaks.
They're twins, and they fucking like. They're obviously like a plant, like some sort of Russian industry plant, right? Yeah. And they play DJ sets, and they wear matching clothes and that, and it's fucking weird. But like,
so there's a limit to it. Then
that's what made me think of the question, because I seen the video and I was like, they're fucking freaks.
Damn right or damn wrong. I don't know.
They're obviously plants though, and they think they're really rich. I think they're really rich, like
KGB plant,
because they wear like mad like Gucci tops and shit. They're not like fakers though. They're like
legit.
Right. Damn right or damn wrong, going to a gig just for the headliner.
Damn wrong.
Yeah, damn wrong. I get it. Like at the end of the day, a lot of the younger people do that, and we've spoken about this kind of previously with like you're only going because you want to see a big headliner. But at the end of the day, like if all your mates are going, go with your mates and have some fun.
Yeah,
like,
and also like clubs are struggling. So like if you go down a bit earlier, even if you buy one or two more drinks when you're watching, like the
that's a very, very good point.
Then that helps the club, and like
it also helps build a buzz the whole way through the night.
I just don't understand the idea of like going to the club as late or the party or the festival or whatever as late as people do. I just don't get it.
You're paying the money to go. You may as well fucking go and enjoy yourself.
We don't buy tickets, okay? Let's just put it out there, right? But if I was spending 50, 60 quid on a ticket to a festival, I'm going there at fucking 12.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going there. And
just like, even to just have fun and get fucking steaming and all that. Do you know what I mean?
If it's free, I'm wanting to go early. So I'm like thinking, like, why? If you're spending money, why are you not going like early doors?
Yeah, if he's back.
And the dogs are not usually out at fucking 12 as well. They're normally there till fucking...
they're sleeping in the kennels, man.
Right, okay. Damn right or damn wrong, festival lineups are all the same in the UK.
Damn right.
Yeah, damn right.
For the most part, yeah.
But again, our promoters kind of put in that position because they know that that's the only fucking thing that people actually like, the only thing that sells.
Yeah.
Because like we said, like clubs, promoters and all that are kind of struggling. So like at the end of the day,
you take a risk, and everyone's asking for so much money now for DJing that it's kind of like
it could fuck your whole thing.
Yeah,
like if you have one bad booking, you pay loads of money and nobody comes down, then your whole thing's fucked. So it's like, are they having to conform to this because of
eggs in the basket?
People only going to see the top 5 DJs?
It makes sense. It would be nice if they like allocated half their budget to putting on interesting things. Like I like what Rory's doing with the Days Festival, where he knows his market. He's hitting those like 30-year-olds and stuff like that. The people like really just enjoy partying for the sake of partying. Yeah. So he can put on like maybe a little bit. He can put on more like left field interesting artists. You know what I mean? He can put on people that like you're going there for the dancing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. For sure. Right, damn right or damn wrong, you should never read your own comments. As in, on your videos to you.
But is this like Instagram or YouTube or what?
Anywhere.
Like anywhere. Well,
I mean, we do it.
We do it, yeah,
But like,
you have to.
should we do it? No.
No, because we need to like
damn
mate, Instagram algorithm. You have to reply to people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Not that we do it for the algorithm. We generally do reply anyway. But it's cool. Like if you don't, then the Instagram algorithm doesn't show your shit to anybody.
Yeah.
So
What about YouTube then? Because YouTube's a wee bit
I look. We've had some dodgy ones, but it's fun. I find
We've
it
seen
funny
that
as
boiler
fuck.
room.
It's like I don't give a
That
fuck.
boiler room's got a few on it, mate. That was what prompted the question.
I know exactly, mate. I know exactly what that's about.
I thought I was going to get fucking into that.
I find it pretty funny. It's like we don't really take ourselves too seriously and shit anyway. So like, see that kind of stuff, I find it relatively funny as long as it's not like pure too derogatory, offensive shit. Then it's like, oh, it's a bit of fun, innit? As long as
it's not hateful. Like,
people were calling me Benzema and all that shit. I mean, I was like, Shia LaBeouf. I was like, fuck.
That's actually not too bad.
But it's
you
funny.
take it.
Like,
Yeah,
I'll take it.
I
Yeah.
honestly, on TikTok, I get General G all the time, mate. All the time, mate. And it's like that.
But these people commenting that shit are driving your algorithm.
Yeah.
So fuck it.
So I
You know what I
engage
mean?
with it. I go, yeah, man, it's General G. But sometimes they're like, General G's shit hot on the decks. And you're like, that's like a backhanded compliment. It's like, I look like a fat fucking like pervert, but I also, I'm good on the decks.
You're good on the decks.
Yeah.
Best of both worlds, mate. There you go.
Right. Okay, last one. Damn right or damn wrong. Ripping unreleased tunes and posting them or playing them.
From our perspective, I would say damn right for us, because at the end of the day, these channels obviously get a lot of like build a lot of hype for your shit, right?
Yeah.
And you don't actually make that much money from your music. So if you're getting a lot of hype for free because someone else is almost promoting it, damn right.
Yeah.
But
I
don't know. That's a grey area. But like,
I'd say they have to be willing to take it down. If you say to them, take that down.
Yeah, of course.
And then also they have to realize that you don't owe them anything for them promoting your music for free that they're not asked to.
Okay.
But you know what I mean?
There's a guy that's been doing it to Josh Baker. He's like, can't remember his name, but he's been doing it to him, and he's like, pretty much like, I'm not fucking taking it down. And he's like, but he's driving it, and I think there was a back and forth.
You need to have the respect.
There was a back and
if the
forth
artist doesn't
between
want
them, and I thought it was quite fun. I actually thought that was driving the songs more.
Yeah.
Because the back and forth was like, people knew his name in the comments going, mate, he'll have, like, people were asking for the tune.
He'll have it uploaded on his
SoundCloud.
SoundCloud.
So people were commenting on Josh Baker's video going, tagging the guy going, he'll have it on his SoundCloud, mate. And it was like, it was quite funny. I can't remember his name. I need to remember his name.
There's definitely two sides to it.
If you're
you know what I
savvy,
mean?
you can definitely play that.
Yeah, you can play it in like a kind of
Like make him,
a good
make
way
him like your
for
biggest,
yourself,
your
but-
biggest hater /
an
enemy that
enemy.
also helps.
Yeah.
And then there's a mad story that you can put a TikTok behind it and shit.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
People buy into
He
it.
called
but,
him out. He was like, you need to fucking take these videos down and that.
And the guy was like, nah.
no.
I think
He's like a fucking wee scally guy.
Yeah.
He's like, nah.
I think like give it a few years, then see where your career goes, then look back and be like, mate, can I take you out for dinner? You know
Cheers,
what I mean?
mate.
You know what I mean?
Right, that's it, guys. Thank you so
Amazing.
much. I appreciate you guys coming on. It's always fucking class to chat. Is there anything you guys want to plug before you leave? Like gigs you've got coming up, tracks, collabs, anything that you've got, any projects that you're working on?
So Transgenic this Friday. Oh, but that's
That'll be long gone by the time this comes out. So we've got an EP coming out.
That will be a good gig though. So thanks very much for letting them play. It's fucking amazing.
EP out on Teletech.
Yeah.
Which is good. 2-track EP coming out on Teletech this month.
And then,
Teletech.
Yeah.
Fucking beasting, boys.
Yeah.
Book us.
Yeah, well, they will now, obviously,
And then
surely.
Saucy on Polymorph.
Saucy on Polymorph.
Yeah,
Mate,
this is a big track for us.
See, for us, right? It's like for us, it feels like our best work. Like something that's like it's almost got a concept to it. We've done all the bells and whistles in the production. It's catchy. Like every time we play it, it almost seems to be Saucy. You might not, but either way, we'll show you.
We had some girls at Club Ost that were behind us in
Singing
Berlin.
singing
they were
the
singing
lyrics
because they seen us in
It's not even
in London a couple of weeks before, and we were like, oh, we're fucking
It's
on.
the
We're
one.
on to it. Yeah, we're
but
on
like
to it. Yeah.
we kind of almost knew. Does that make sense? As soon as it was done, we were like, holy fuck, this feels
like
special. Do you know
older
what I mean?
a cappella, or does it
No,
like
No,
written
it's
it?
an original.
It's
so
our friend MC Young Lil Nadav. So he's wrote the vocals, and then I was like, it's about this guy, like, meet me in the hotel lobby sort of thing. And I was like, this needs a female like.
Why don't we sing it from like reply to it as a female as the female?
Like we sat there, I wrote like the counters and then sent it back to Nadav. He like recorded it
and then we AI'd it through a girl. No. We AI. So like he wrote the vocals. We put it over the tune. It sounded class. And then Dan came up with that idea about having like the female replying to him. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, that could be pretty sick. And then Dan wrote the reply lyrics within like 10 minutes. Yeah. We sent it back to Nadav. He recorded them, and then we put it through a female AI. And it was like, it just fucking worked. Like
unreal.
A treat. It's unreal.
Well, that's class. I want to hear that.
Yeah, well,
I was just, the first thing I thought was like, what would you do when your son was at home? You know, when they did the boy and the fucking kiddo, the two versions. That's fucking class.
Yeah.
It's a really nice thing because it gets the guys and the girls involved. You know?
Fucking right. And you know what? If you get the girls singing the tune will beat her hit. Mate, that's the rules. If you get the girls to dance and you get the girls to sing it, it's a hit.
The males will follow.
The males don't fucking know what they want.
Marketing.
No, we know what they want. It's, I mean, they're simple. You know, simple.
It's bugs. That's what it is. Right, guys, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Let's go.
Thank you, mate.
Hey.
Here we go.
Damn right.